Ever felt like life's obstacles are too much to handle? God will not let your enemies triumph over you, and every obstacle in your life is about to get a divine eviction notice. Life is a journey filled with challenges and obstacles that sometimes seem impossible. With faith and a positive mindset, we can overcome these barriers and achieve our goals. In Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, God assures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." This powerful verse from Jeremiah reminds us that God has a plan for each one of us. Despite the challenges we face, God's intention is for our well-being, providing us with a future full of hope. This assurance should inspire us to face our challenges with confidence and faith. Life's courses can take various forms, such as self-doubt, fear, past mistakes, or external circumstances. These courses may hinder our progress and make the journey seem difficult. Understanding that God's plan for us is filled with hope encourages us to identify and confront these barriers. Belief in God's promise is the key to overcoming courses. Trust that God will remove every obstacle blocking your progress. By aligning your faith with God's plan, you empower yourself to break free from the chains holding you back. Faith without action is incomplete. Work towards your goals with determination and perseverance. Trust that God is guiding your steps. God's plan is to prosper you and not to harm you. A positive mindset is a powerful tool in overcoming obstacles. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations and focus on the good in every situation. Trust in God's promise and let hope be your driving force. God will remove every setback in your life. God is with us in our struggles, and His divine plan is to lift us up from setbacks. Setbacks are not the end, but rather opportunities for God to intervene and guide us towards a brighter future. Believing in the promise that God will remove setbacks requires a deep-seated faith and trust in His plan. It's a call to surrender our burdens to Him and allow His divine intervention in our lives. This doesn't mean we won't face challenges, but it assures us that setbacks are temporary, and with God's grace, we can emerge stronger. By maintaining a positive mindset, taking deliberate steps in alignment with our faith, and seeking support from a community of believers, we can navigate life's setbacks with the assurance that God is working behind the scenes to remove every obstacle in our path. Embracing this promise provides a foundation for hope and the strength to press on despite the setbacks we encounter. God's plan for you must come to pass, and there is nothing anybody can do to block it. In various verses throughout the Bible, we find promises that God has a specific plan for each of our lives. One such verse is found in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, where God declares his plans for our welfare and a future filled with hope. This means that no matter what challenges or obstacles we may face, God's purpose for our lives is unstoppable. Believing in the certainty of God's plan requires a deep faith and trust in his sovereignty. It means recognizing that even in the face of setbacks, God's purpose will prevail. This assurance empowers us to face life with confidence, knowing that we are not alone in our journey. As we align our actions and decisions with God's will, we can navigate challenges with resilience, secure in the knowledge that his plan for our lives is unstoppable. This promise inspires us to persevere and trust that God's divine purpose will unfold, bringing about the fulfillment of his plan in our lives. God will not allow any cause or your enemies to triumph over you. This belief is rooted in the teachings of the Bible, where various verses emphasize God's protective and guiding nature. Psalm 23 verse 4, for instance, speaks of walking through the valley of the shadow of death without fear, knowing that God is with us. It is a well-known verse that brings comfort and reassurance, and it says, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Even in the darkest moments of life, you can find comfort and courage in the presence of God. The imagery of walking through the darkest valley conveys the idea that God is a constant companion, providing protection and solace. The mention of the rod and staff symbolizes God's guidance and support. Trusting that God will not let your enemies triumph means having faith that his love and power are greater than any obstacle or cause. This assurance is a reminder that no matter what challenges we encounter, God is on our side, ready to shield us from harm and lead us to victory. Every obstacle set before you will be removed by God. Divine intervention is at work in your life. This assurance is an invitation to surrender your worries and fears to God, trusting in his ability to clear the path ahead. Believing in this promise requires faith and patience, knowing that God's timing is perfect. It encourages us to face obstacles with a positive mindset, understanding that they are temporary and that God's plans for our lives is one of triumph. By embracing this belief, we find inspiration to persevere, knowing that with God, every hindrance can be overcome, and we can move forward with confidence and trust in his unfailing love. Your life is guided by a force mightier than any challenge. Trust the process and believe in the promise. You are destined for victory. Keep the faith, stay positive, and watch as every obstacle clears the way for the incredible path that lies ahead. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.